were both in Goa together, and you had sent out this, chat in one of the chats saying that you're doing Tadoba, and I've always wanted to do Tadoba. So I said yes, and Rashmi happened to be in Goa with me at that time. And I asked her, and she said, yes, she's coming. That's how it happened.
Yeah, so that's how it happened in Goa. Fleka asked me, coming? I said, yes, coming. And of course, it was worth the experience. It was one of my first safaris with Shashank, and it became, I think, extra special.
So I've been on a safari to bench with Shashank before, and ever since I've been following his tours. And I'm available in March, and then Tadoba seems to be the hotspot this year for every wildlife lover. So stars and planets aligned, and I'm here.
It's a thick jungle and some areas. Grassy lands, I think, is the unique thing here, along with the water bodies. And some places we went into the grasslands, but at that time we didn't know whether we could spot the tiger or tiger would spot us.
Yeah.
It was a very good, different landscape.
And I enjoyed the buffer zone actually more than the core zone. I don't know, I think they say the buffer zone, but it was nothing less than a deep jungle in itself, So that way, for me, buffer zone was more interesting than the core zone. However, the core was also nice. And I think it's so vast jungle that you cannot make out how much tourists are there. That rush which you usually see in other tourist national parks in India, here you could not make out, in spite a lot of tourists are entering, because I think there are a lot of entry-exit gates. So that way it's well managed.
We saw sloth bear, amazing. Then I love the samba. They are so inquisitive that you pass and they'll turn around and look at you. Then there were spotted deer, and very, very nice. Then we also saw white hogs, wild hogs, crocodile with a turtle, and birds, of course. Kingfisher was all around, and then there were a lot of, we saw eagles also.
I can't remember the names of all the birds, but like she said, the kingfisher, and let's not forget the owl. We finally found the owl. Let's not forget the crocodile and the sloth bear.
White kingfisher apparently is pretty evidently seen everywhere, different kinds of kingfishers, and owlets we saw, and animals we saw mongoose, we saw crocodile, we saw bear, tigers, leopards in plenty, and samba deer, spotted deer, barking deer, pigs, wild pigs. These were the animals that we saw.
For me, it has to be Balram, because we were just going quietly and the guide shouted, tiger, tiger, tiger. I was like, I don't know, must be far off, because that is how we usually experience. The jeep went back and we're just sitting next to us. I mean, not even 50 meters, and it was a huge one, and sitting quietly. And I literally got scared when it got up. I was like, oh God, it's coming towards it, but then quietly it moved away. So I think that was from nowhere, and that seeing such a huge tiger that close up, and although it was just for 1 or 2 minutes, the moment, but then I think that was very thrilling and a memorable one.
I feel that there was a leopard in the grassland drinking water, and we expected it to come out, and it came out right in front of us, and after that it went into the woods. So we thought we missed some portion of it, but it made up. Actually, when we were trying to sight the tiger, Shashank spotted the leopard at the back. So we followed it up, and then we saw it sniffing, marking, and all many activities.
This leopard, the male leopard, pretty massive and beautiful looking, was in the bushes, and there were 6-7 safari jeeps, and it was trying to cross the road. I thought because of the previous leopard behaviors that I've seen, they're a little shy, they wouldn't come onto the road, and he actually did and surprised everybody, and that was again within a 10 feet viewing distance, so that was again memorable.
It's a nice, simple place, and the food is they made an effort. Since I have stomach issues, they made an effort to give me bland food, which I was very happy with. And they're basically nice, helpful staff. Rooms are comfortable. What more do you want?
I was quite happy here. Staff was very, very helpful. Food was like home food, so which was good because you are in the middle of jungle.
It was comfortable, and I think in a jungle safari, if you sight, the rooms will be very nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I think that thrilling part was obviously Sonam's territory around, and hearing it roar, even it might be 1-2 kilometers far next to the jungle. It gives you a jungle feel, almost like you are in a jungle.
We covered 3 gates, so it was 3 sets of drivers and guides. Each of them had their own style. Depth of knowledge, he knows everything like the back of his hand. He knows animal movements at the back of his hand. So we spot tigers and leopards. He knew where exactly they would go next, and surprise, they're already there. So we got a mine into a lot of his knowledge, basically Wikipedia of Tadoba. The next set of drivers were pretty adventurous. They made sure that we got our sightings.
Most of the drivers, especially guides, were more proactive than normal.
Right.
So I think the final result was that we could sight
They could
more.
see a lot. They were making the efforts, right? They were all trying.
Some were very proactive. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of difference.
Although I could not make out the language because they were speaking in Marathi and I don't understand Marathi, but still there was a good communication and they were making sure that every guest, they're making their best efforts and asking every jeep coming, going, where you spot where, and trying to build up chances of seeing it. Yeah, they made all efforts.
Shashank, I think this is the 4th safari I've done within a year with you. So that must be saying something for my enthusiasm. And I'm doing another one next month. So I find, what I find about Shashank is he knows what you are from after the first trip, and everything is sorted out accordingly. And he is very helpful about things. He knows a lot. So his stories are amazing to hear.
Hell of a nice guy. My first safari with him, and I think everything was planned beautifully. And he's a lovely person, very knowledgeable, as I said before, about wildlife. Very, very nice person. Whoever wants to go with him can just forget all their worries and enjoy the safari.
Amazing safari, guys. If you would like to in fact join us on our safari tours and expeditions, please do connect with us on the platforms mentioned below. And if you'd like to know more on India's wildlife and our protected areas, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.